This is IQMZ Tech, episode 24, recorded Monday, the 13th of January, 2020. Hello and welcome to Season 3 of IQMZ Tech, the show where we talk about some of the biggest tech news stories with people who are passionate about all things electronic.
I'm your boy, JJ Stone, a.k.a. Doctor.
And I'm Anthony Lemos, a.k.a. Amos Unchained. Got my workout on this morning.
Yeah, I mean, he's all jacked up on Mountain Dew, guys, so I'm sorry. He's out here flying around like a spider monkey. He got his... we're beer gang together, you know what I mean? I just pre-apologize, for the hype train Amos that cometh,
Oh my gosh! So we took a holiday break for Thanksgiving, and here it is after New Year. We're finally coming back. So welcome.
And this might be a standard tradition. Nothing really goes on in December, and I know that people pump out shows all year long, but it's such grime and crap at the end of the year that there's nothingness to talk about. And honestly, I hate faking it for you guys. I'm trying to give you the full pleasure when we sit here and make love to tech. I mean, talk about tech. I don't want to fake it with you. That's all. So sometimes we might have to skip December going forward.
I mean, everybody needs a break, right?
Yeah, true story.
All right, let's get this started, man. The 2020 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas wrapped up last week, and it was one of the most interesting in recent memory. From wearables to accessibility to the ever-present stable of new televisions, this year's showcase was extraordinary. Lots of cool stuff. I'm tired of CESs that are just boring.
CES. That's not their logo. That's what somebody else told somebody else. That's boring. PBS is boring. That's why I said that.
Yeah, exactly.
But this year, I mean, I haven't been to CES in like 5 years or 4 years because I went 2 years in a row and I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I cramming myself into these rooms, following these people? Like it really didn't matter. But this year there was a lot of cool stuff. The two things that stuck out to me were the earbuds that are now multifunctioning for hearing aids. Mm-hmm. So people that need hearing aids, there was a kid at the wrestling match the other day, and he had that bigger hearing aid on. It was small, but it was still big. It looped around and a wire on his ear. If he could have earbuds in his ear, he'd look like all the other kids walk around with AirPods or Samsung Buds, and he could hear.
Yep.
And he could use them as the Bluetooth phone, wireless headset, like multifunction for a purpose to help people who need it. There were two companies that came out with those, and I think that's like my big jam.
Yeah.
And that,
the really exciting thing about that is that they have basically a puck, a gray puck that you can put somewhere that enhances the abilities of the hearing aids / AirPods, because that's really what they are. And it's really good to see that accessibility is taking front center stage and coming out with some things that aren't just mobility and they're just janky devices that people might use. This is something designed for people that are actually going to use this.
And that company is called Phonak Virtuo Black is the unit. Yeah. And then the other one is the Olive Union Smart Ear. And that has a app that gives you those features of turning down, turning up advanced hearing, and running everything. Instead of the physical disc, it has an app that you run through. But those two companies like doing things like that, like I think that's awesome. Mm-hmm. The second thing that really got me super excited was the Hydroloop. Okay.
Recycling water that you use, going through a filtration system and industry standard stuff, all that kind of thing, in order to use turning it from wastewater to non-potable water so that you shouldn't drink it, but it can be used in toilets, watering lawns, things like that. Yeah, my concern with this is the Hydroloop, and it looks sexy as hell. It really does look completely sexy as hell. How are they going to incorporate this into old building homes, like, old construction? And
so it looks like it's a portable unit that goes in and might plug into existing waterways, but forget old homes. There's new homes being built every day.
Right.
There's rehabs being done every day. Even if we just got these into new builds and to people redoing homes, why am I forgetting the word for it? Remodeling?
Remodeling?
No, not remodeling. What's the whole fad that people go in and they
flipping.
Flip houses? The people that are flipping houses and redoing everything. This would be just a great start, and it's something to have. So yes, old houses, you are right. They're a nightmare sometimes to redo plumbing of any kind. But in new builds, apartment complexes, like on an industrial size, this would be amazing and huge because water is the future. Water is the thing we're going. Water world, that's going to be real. We're going to be fighting over some clean water.
Yeah.
So I appreciate Hyperloop for that. Hydroloop for that. That's really cool and innovative.
This really excites me because you start putting something like this in third world nations where they don't have clean water on a regular basis, things like that. Now, this doesn't provide drinking water, which is the most necessity of these areas.
It prevents you from wasting water that you could be drinking.
Exactly. So you can drink the water, and then for other things, you can just cycle it through here and keep reusing it for non-drinking purposes, which, bathing and things like that. Like I've been in situations deployed where you have potable and non-potable water, and it's really easy to decide, okay, well, this is how this is going to go. So it's really that piques my attention.
And you just buy it. It's $4,000. You buy it, you get it installed, and that's it. There's no monthly fees or anything weird or crazy. Everything seems like it's on subscription based nowadays. You want water? You got to subscribe to get water.
Water subscription.
I thought the Witherings watch was neat just because it has a 30-day battery and it does sleep apnea. But I'm the kind of person I can't sleep my watch on. But it's got a regular face and a smaller screen. It still gives you notifications, but it does EKG stuff now like Apple does. So that was really neat.
This I have an old the Series 0, the original Apple Watch. I wear that at night on the opposite wrist, and then I wear my Series 4 or whatever on during the day on my left wrist. And it's been comfortable for me so far. However, when it comes to this sleep apnea stuff like that, what really gets me, there are companies, I think it was Linksys coming out with products over your Wi-Fi mesh that will sense how you're sleeping and be able to tell you if you're having apnea problems and things like that, and without gathering any personal information. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's good. I like the no personal information stuff. I had all that. The Wallbox Quasar was cool for my future Tesla Cybertruck.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But that was the one thing at the end of the year last year we missed out on talking about.
Yeah.
But a wall charger basically not only can charge your car, but certain cars can gather electricity energy on their drive, and then you can push electricity back into your house. So that's neat. If you're going to have something, might as well have it be dual purpose and serve you as opposed to just pushing out electricity. The Samsung.
Yeah, I was going to say tons of TVs. The Samsung one was probably the best of them, but the new wall units, they're the Samsung Wall. They have new sizes of that now, and the prices are coming down a little bit. It's
Would you ever do we're not rich guys, you know what I mean? I don't live in a McMansion. I'm not trying to go above 72 inches, to be honest with you, unless because I did have a projector at one point and I did have a 200-inch screen and I basically use it to watch movies. But you know what happens when you're in a regular size house? You go like this when people are talking. You naturally go like this because the screen's so big you can't, because the space that you're sitting in, you can't watch it and consume it. My favorite thing to do on that was play video games because everything was center frame from my view of playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Call of Duty, stuff like that. Yeah. Call of Duty was amazing. Like I was killing everybody. I was the best. But I just can't imagine going over 72 inches in a regular home.
We have a 55 and I could see going 70, but not much beyond that. Like it's just But I mean, most of these really big products like the wall and things like that aren't meant for commercial or for residential use anyway. They're meant for commercial displays and,
Yeah. I mean, I guess. But all those people already have, like, there's the Comcast building here. They have a thing where they put on shows because their whole entranceway is just huge monitors. And, they got the people dance across. Like, I guess it's for something like that, but I doubt that they're going to spend the $12,000 a piece to redo what they've already done. Anyway, I mean, again, it's cool just to show off and flex what you could do. I'm just saying, like, when I go on Amazon, I read the reviews. It's the best thing about a 94-inch TV or 100-inch TV. It's just speaking of Samsung, I mean, I prefer LG OLEDs or QLEDs, but Samsung also released the Galaxy Note 10 Lite.
Yep.
The price point is amazing. I like that price point, and I think that regular people would be happy with that. It's interesting how many different phones Samsung keeps coming out with for their lineups. They've got the E line. Now they got the Lite line. They got, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying everything to calling it the cheap line. Like, it's just a lot of phones. And it's confusing for regular consumers other than the price. They come in and say, oh, I want a Galaxy 10. All right, that's $1,200. Oh, I can't afford that. Oh, we got the Galaxy 10 Note Lite. That's like $600. Okay, I can get that. I can afford that. Well,
you produce for your market, right? Like, if you can't produce a new market, then you produce for the market you have. So
that Razr Kishi was cool. Not that I play games on my phone, but instead of it being Bluetooth, it physically plugs in, and that looks neat the way it folds together in itself.
I'll be honest though. I mean, and it's showing an iPhone 10 or so in here, 10 or 11. I've just been using my PlayStation controller. Now that iOS 13 is out, you can use your PS4 controller with the iPhone. I've just been using that.
But this is something you can still hold in your hand and just play it. You know what I mean? And it compacts down into like this little cube. You could just put it in your pocket and take it around. You're not going to take a PlayStation controller around in your pocket.
Yeah, but I'm not use case, right? I
use case. If you're sitting at home, why don't you just play on your PlayStation? Why are you playing on your phone?
Because I get too many kids. There's never a TV available.
That's the sad dad truth. You've been squeezed out of availability. That's a shame.
If I want to use a TV, it's either Rugrats on one TV, Fairly Odd Parents on another TV, or some Christian show on the third TV. I don't.
Yeah. So two more things I want to talk about on general cool stuff that came out at CES. The Insta360 One R. What do you think about that? Have you read into it? Have you looked at it?
I like that it's modular. I like that there's still a company out there pushing, because GoPro is basically dead in the water at this point.
Yeah.
I like that you can do, because of the modularity of it, you can do a lot of different things, and you can basically customize it to experience you're trying to share with other people. For me, it's all about reliability though, because anytime you have modularity, you have issues with reliability, and that's
connection points could fail.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they just get worn out if you're constantly swapping stuff out. The tension doesn't hold it in place, or you end up with the original NES system. You got to blow on the contacts and get an eraser in there and clean them out and stuff like that. But as long as the reliability is there and it can stay together and continue to perform, I think this is a great idea.
What's your reasonable time for reliability, right? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Because, I mean, people are still out here selling GoPro Hero 4s that just work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, honestly, I when I buy an electronic, when I buy a major electronic, whether, anything over $100, I expect it to last about 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah. If it goes more expensive than that, like my EOS R that I bought for $2,000, I expect that to last 10 years.
Okay.
So it's kind of a sliding scale. It's not.
Yeah. So you brought up a good point about the connectivity of it. I'm excited about the Leica lens with the 1-inch sensor.
Yeah.
Right now, my little pocket camera is I use the Osmo Pocket a lot, just because it has a tracking feature and it's not an action cam, but I could still use it as an action cam. But if I was going to get an action cam going forward, I would get this system. I would get the Leica 1-inch, and I get the 360 adapter. Because I've never been a 360 guy, but it is cool when you see people doing stuff with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I think it's innovative. I think it's something different. And you're right. GoPro is just not. GoPro's new system has modular attachments everywhere. And that's just something I'm not trying to deal with either. You talk about connections. I'm not trying to hook up your little crappy mic that's like $90 when I have a good mic. Just give me an adapter for my good mic that I can use. Then you want me to put on this little tiny light? I have LumaCubes for that. Like it's like they're trying to nickel and dime me for stuff for a market that's already available out there. The best thing I saw with this, and I might be lying 100% because I don't remember if I read it or if I heard it. See, look, forever lasting, still going. Is that 4K?
Yeah, it's the Hero 4.
We're good.
It's the first 4K
the 4.
one. Yep,
that's what I'm saying. You don't need.
And this is the 4 Silver, so it's not even the top line one, but it still does 4K at 30 frames.
The one I had was the 5 Black, whatever, and it does what it's supposed to do. So the thing about this, I think it does Bluetooth audio recording, so it can connect to your AirPods or earbuds or whatever, and then record audio through that. So if you're vlogging, that's a huge thing. If I'm lying about that, shut up. I make up stuff all the time, but I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to the show.
I mean, welcome to the show indeed. I'm pretty sure that I did read that somewhere. So I think that's it. Oh, they had that zero robotics V copter Falcon. That thing looks like a bird.
Oh yeah.
It says it's got a 50-minute flight time. That's the only thing I cared about.
Here's where I'm at with drones though. Like my Mavic Air does great. Of course, I haven't used it in a while because I broke the shit out of it not too long ago. I got to send it in for repair. That's a whole different drama llama story. But it does great. Now you need to, if someone wants to entice me into the drone world even further, I need big innovations. I need carrying capacity for a DSLR at a decent price. It's not $1,500 to $3,000. I need a 50-minute battery life that is reliably 50 minutes, not stated 50 minutes, but you actually get 30 because wind takes up too much battery to compensate for. You know, I need like real innovation. I'm at the same place with drones that I am at phones. I just don't care until someone really kicks into the system and gives me something big.
I really want to sell my Mavic Pro Zoom and just get a Mavic Pro Air for exactly what you're talking about. For as much as I use it, the best feature I have for it is the auto tracking. I could just have somebody running along and then it just follows them.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing you are. I'm like, do I really need this? Like, I don't use my drone as much as I would like to or would want to. And if it was smaller, I would use it more because I take it around in my kit. My kit's already, like when I'm doing work shoots, like I've already got 3 bags right now and a hard case. Like I'm already weighed down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know if I really want to go that deep into that situation. So I'm with you on that. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
What's our next story? We're done with CES in general, but we're going to talk about some other stuff that came out at CES. But that's our roundup on that.
Canon is finally trying to make sports photographers' jobs easier with the CRS 700R, a robotic system that will allow a 1D10 Mark II or 3 users remote capture pictures from multiple cameras via computer. This is bound to piss off all the NFL photogs out there that have been using workarounds for years. Seems interesting, seems expensive, and seems like they haven't quite got a full picture, but this is probably a move in the right direction for a company who is selling a project that is on the verge of collapse.
So, on the verge of rebirth.
Fair enough.
On the verge of rebirth. This is a phoenix that is about to flame out and be reborn in possibly a new hybrid. I assume Canon's going to make a EOS R Mark D3 1X hybrid, some kind of EF RF bird mount that that flexes and does. Something's going to happen that they're coming out with. The fact that they sold EOS Rs at like $1,200 this Christmas, just trying to bang them out to get people into the market and get people onto this RF glass and make them happy. I feel like they're going to change over into doing something else. And technology like this, with more cameras having wireless connectivity to your phones and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can shoot on this and have it automatically back up over Bluetooth to my phone or a tablet if I'm on a shoot, instead of having to hook up a monitor. I just have my iPad Pro hooked up and it just shoots over images. I mean, I feel like Canon has a plan, and their plan was put out the glass first and the bodies will follow. And something like this should be something that's upgradable in technology. Again, kind of like lenses. You know, once you get this system, when you have newer cameras, you should be able to still connect to it to do the job. And sports photography is a lucrative business for the people that are in it. It's also very hard. You wonder, like, man, how did they get that shot? And then you see the guy that get ran over by a bad pass on the sideline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did some reading a while ago on one of the dudes that does the photography for the Atlanta Falcons, and he was describing his system. And basically, he has one camera. Every time he pulls the shutter down, all of his cameras go off because of the remote system that he has set up, and he has to pre-position them. So, and then be conscious of where his cameras are and where they're angled, so that if any of those cameras seem like they might get a good shot, he pulls the shutter regardless of what his camera that he's carrying around is going to take. And it was a very elaborate system with repeaters, signal repeaters and everything else. And he had, I think, a total of 8 cameras around the stadium, plus the one he was holding. And they're all synced up to where when he pulled the shutter, all of them would fire off. Battery systems and everything else all over the place. I can see this being a boon to a person like that. However, they're currently making this work, so this can't be extraordinarily expensive. It has to be something that's within the range. You know, this can't be a TV producer budget. This has to be professional photog budget. And if they're doing this for them, I can really see this going down into the consumer market, maybe minus some features, but this is interesting. And I like what you said about this being the Phoenix. This Canon has to innovate because the digital market or digital camera market is dying because we all have cameras in our pockets all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So something like this could be what keeps them in the professional game. I'm wondering what that middle step is for the prosumer like you and I.
Yeah. I mean, and again, we're not trying to do this kind of work. So it is for a 5% class of people where they're, I call them mid-level pros. But it's something that if it could benefit them and work better, great. So again, just innovation, like you were talking about before. I just like somebody doing something different. I feel like they should have done this maybe 5 years ago, but maybe technology wasn't at the point where it is now with all the wireless connectivity of cameras and signals and such. So
yeah. We'll see. For all the gamers out there and other video professionals, I guess, Elgato announced their upcoming 4K 60S Plus video capture card. Yeah, that's a mouthful. As the name suggests, it will capture 4K video at 60 frames per second and with zero lag pass-through, according to the company. We'll see. Additionally, the 4K 60S Plus will allow saving video on an internal SD card while running without a computer and connected to dedicated power source. Now, that last part is the really interesting part to me.
This thing should be called the 4K 60 box.
It's something simpler than...
And I only have $1 on my desk. But if you're listening, imagine this is just billions of dollars, and I'm just setting it on fire because Elgato is just printing money right now. They could care less what they do. Like, this device right here is going to change the game. I imagine there's going to be 12 other companies that are going to just copy this. They're already in the project, in the motion of copying this right now. Gaming is so huge. But not only that, flexing on people is so huge. Now, if you're a gamer and you go to a competition in a stadium, and sometimes now there's 20, 30,000 people in these stadiums watching these gamers, okay? And they're watching them on the big screens, whatever. But your moment is lost in time except for what they filmed to show you. Every gamer is going to buy one of these so that they can show you what they did whooping somebody's butt. I wish I had this back in the day when I was the Madden King. I used to play people for money for Madden. I would go to barber shops, competitions. I would destroy people. And just to have this and record it, I could go back and sit back and watch old footage of me just whooping up on somebody. Oh my goodness. You just go to your cousin's house, you whoop them up in NBA 2K, you come back home, and you're like, remember when you was up 56 and I came back and won by 1 in OT? Yeah, let's rewind that and watch it again. The portability and the power of this thing is gold, and it is amazing. And I'm not a professional gamer. You're not a professional gamer. Sometimes I stream. I'm really lazy about that. But I mean, I fully understand the concept and the power of this box, the 4K 60 box by Elgato.
Here's the thing that gets me. All right, you like I have a HD 60s that I will occasionally use to stream my my SNES Classic. You know, like it's fun. I got it for cheap. It's fun. This box right here, you don't have to be on the computer, on the internet, or anything else. You can just play a game, do a playthrough, not connected to anything other than this box, going to your TV and record it locally and then upload it later.
Yeah.
That's a huge market just in, because like if you're, I'm gonna go military here for a second, but if you're deployed, a lot of time you have a day off, and the only thing there is to do on that day off is work out, watch movies, and play video games. So you end up playing video games. I can see some dude out in Afghanistan somewhere, and he brought his PlayStation with him, and he's gonna record some of this stuff. And when he gets home, he can upload it because there's no internet out there. You can't do much of anything, you know. Or like you said, you take this over to a buddy's house and you guys are playing, it just records, then you can come home and upload it later. This is an incredible way to stream things for later.
Oh, also,
not
the
to
other
mention
thing too, if you're doing video game tutorials or walkthroughs for people like that to do those things, to be able to just record it and then have it in a file and cut it up and slice it. Oh man, you know what I mean? Instead of just running. Oh man, look.
Here's the other thing that might be more interesting. 4K video streams that you're watching on Netflix, and it just records, and now you have a copy for your Plex.
What? That's money. That's money to smacking the mic right now. That's what that sound is. I'm sorry you had to hear that, but that's money, boy. The 4K 60 box by Elgato is just a gold mine. Okay. Woo! I'm excited. Now I'm about to buy one, yo. It's a wrap. I'm getting one.
It's $400, but
well, yeah.
Pre-orders are available now on Amazon.
It is available?
Yeah, pre-orders are available on Amazon.
Oh, pre-orders. I can't do pre-orders. I can't be pre putting out money. I need to. I gotta pre-wait. Right. The other thing that they have that I'm excited about is
the key light.
The key light. I'm buying this. It is in 2 days. This comes out. I'm buying this. Right now I have a light set up, and it's again my work light, and I've got to break it down. It's on a boom pole, and I got a line run through it, whatever. But to set up 2 lights on my desk and to not have to do it again, I am in love. And it's only $130. It's printing money.
Yeah, I got a 3-pack of Philips Hue lights, and I've got 2 of them in here. One's purple, one's green for the RMP colors, and I got a little switch right up here that I can toggle back and forth and stuff on.
Okay.
That's what I did because I got it on sale at Best Buy for $100.
I've got all the Hue light systems all around the house and the same thing. And I used to do that, but the way my desk is set up right now, I can't really do it the way I used to do it or the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
So just having regular flat white light would just be good because I could just set it up and go. You know what I mean? And for the price point is amazing.
Yeah, and Elgato makes good stuff because their stuff lasts forever.
Yeah, and I can run it through my Stream Deck or through the app or through the phone or.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta figure out how to. Anyway, we might have to talk later about how to automate some hue lights.
Yeah,
because it's not an easy process. Sony showed off the Vision S concept car. It's a driverless electrical car. Let me hit the replay on the video here because it's fancy. There we go. Sony showed off the Vision S concept car. It's a driverless electric car with 33 sensors inside and out that will not only gather information about traffic and road conditions, but will also be able to recognize people in the car to customize the riding experience. This is pure concept.
This makes me mad. Okay.
Why?
This is the one thing about CES this year and most years. Besides it being boring, stop bringing a supermodel to my home, telling me she's single and she likes overweight black men, and then telling me that she's moving to Istanbul after dinner and I'm never going to get to see her again. You can't keep bringing this sexy stuff to the house and we can't play with it. There's no option to buy it. It's never going to be able to be bought. No. And for Sony to tell me their immersive technology in vehicles, what vehicles? Does Ford still use Sony? Like what car is synonymous with Sony? They need to make this car. They need to Tesla make this car. They need to just say, look, we're going to build 10,000 of these. We're going to charge you $250,000 for it. Buy this car and roll the punches and make them sign an NDA and a waiver. Like if you die in it, if you fly off to the moon, you can't sue us, but we're going to make 10,000 of these cars because seeing this car and looking at this car and watching it drive down the street, and it's futuristic, but it's not futuristic out of control. It's Tesla bonus. Okay. This is achievable. But the fact that I can't get it, it infuriates me. I mean, I can't afford it anyway at the price I made up, but I would still like to have one of my friends buy it so I could drive it. And the fact that I can't enrages me. This looks so awesome. It's great. Just make it though. Or partner with a car company and say, look, this is what we can do for you. Let's do this together.
Yeah. I hate concept cars.
Me too. Mercedes, which I didn't put on the list because they had an Avatar car out there. So you're trying to advertise that you're redoing Avatar and you're basically redoing Pocahontas again. So I didn't want to give it any props. But Mercedes out here, it's going to feel the way you drive and it does hand gestures and motions. My DJI drone doesn't even work with hand motions. And I trust them with my life before I would trust Mercedes with an Avatar car. Okay. So it's going to feel my heartbeat and know who I am when I get to shut up, Mercedes. The only thing they said that was relevant is they're using some kind of regenerative power supply that doesn't take away from earth metals from the planet. So basically it's running on love and imagination. Okay. So I hate concept. I want something real.
See,
and tangible.
All I heard in that whole statement about earth metals and the Japanese company doesn't want to go to China to buy rare earth metals. That's all I heard there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
No.
XDA developers released what they claim to be photos of the upcoming Galaxy S20 Plus 5G. Damn it, what's with these crazy ass plus this plus that names? I'm tired of this shit.
And they jumped all the way up to 20. Just call it the Galaxy S20.
Right. Like, anyway, the sleek black design shows what appears to be four cameras on the back, joined by a possible directional microphone for better sound while recording videos. I'm tired.
I'm done.
Owen, look at me. Look at me. I don't often call your attention, but look at me. I'm tired of the cameras on the phones. It's going to give me tryptophobia soon, and I just don't like it. Just give me one camera that can actually do the things that I need it to do, and stop slapping random cameras on the backs of these damn phones, and give me something I can actually use with features that I actually want. Is that so hard?
Domino, mother fluffer. Like, I feel like I'm playing domino. Like, it's Like okay, I love that I have a widescreen camera on this thing, but if this thing comes out with 4, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand why. And I like the little 3 camera lineup that they had on their other phone. It was sleek and small. This is ugly design. This big square. It's not good. Stop it. What are we doing?
I just looked at iPhone 11 Pro Max the other day for the first time, like in person. I was in the Apple store to get my watch battery replaced for my Series 0 that I mentioned earlier. And I didn't realize that not only does the square come up, but then each of the lenses comes up above the square. Like, what is this? Is this New Mexico? Like, why do I have plateaus upon plateaus? Like, I don't need a
when you put it in a case
on the back of my phone.
I thought that too. When you put it in a case, that's irrelevant. But it is weird.
Sure. This one, I mean, I put this one in a case, and the bump is irrelevant. But that doesn't. I just want a phone, man. This is my get off my lawn. I just need a phone.
I just wanted a wide angle lens and way better battery life. And the battery life on this is amazing. It is truly, truly, truly outrageous. Ooh, Jim. It is great. I will say that. But I can't go more than this. I can't go 4. Because 4 is going to lead to 5. Like, when does it stop?
Right, exactly. It's going to look like a damn ladybug on the back of there with all the little spots.
Googly eyes just wobbling about on the back of the phone. It's just too much.
All right, you convinced me. All right, now I need one so I can put googly eyes on the back. And little pipe cleaner antenna at the top, right?
Yep, there you go. All day.
Wi-Fi 6 is finally making it to mainstream with several products shown off at CES with release dates and reasonable prices. That's the key here. Release dates and reasonable prices. TP-Link, D-Link, Netgear, Lenovo, Asus, Samsung were all part of the dropping prices and better availability party. And of course, it's already on the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro that I refused to buy last year.
I'm ready to rock with this Wi-Fi 6, brother. Now that I can afford it, I'm going to be zooming through the internet at 0.4 Mach faster than I've already been zooming through the internet. With this, I'm hoping for stronger signal as opposed to quote unquote faster internet.
Right.
Because again, that's all relative. The speed that you get from your provider is the speed that you're going to get.
Yep.
But the strength and connectivity levels on a different frequency, which would help me. Because right now I can see like all my neighbors' different internet signals and stuff going around here. So I assume I'm on Wi-Fi 6 and I upgrade everything to Wi-Fi 6. Then we're going to be on a whole new level and I'm going to be excited about it. So we'll see. I'm going to get one.
Can we just open the spectrum up a little bit? Like there's 11 channels.
Yeah.
11. I have 22 neighbors.
Yeah.
I have at least 22 Wi-Fi signals in my proximity that I can find around my house.
Yeah.
Can we just make it to where there's like 105 and it can randomly choose one of those? Like,
that's what
I don't know.
That's, you're right about that.
All right. Let's get on to this right here. Let's see if this works today. Do you want to supercharge your building powers in WordPress? ForGravity has got you covered. ForGravity offers a suite of Gravity Forms add-ons that allow you to schedule automatic reports to your form submissions, generate editable PDFs of your customers' data, and set form-level permissions that prevent users from accessing settings that they shouldn't be able to. We love ForGravity, and if you make forms, you will too. Supercharge your forms today at forgravity.com.
ForGravity!
All right, now it's time for 5 on 5, or 5-ish on 5-ish. Let's go with, let's start this out with Elon Musk showed off the Cybertruck.
So everybody knows about the Cybertruck and the big debacle of the broken glass. How about that, though? That was like my favorite thing in the world. You have a guy throwing a hammer at the glass or dropping the glass 40 feet down a tube, a ball, and it's not breaking. And then you hand it to your friend, which I guess you have confidence in your ability. But if you didn't have someone throw that ball against that truck, why would you have him do that? I don't understand. And the glass broke. And now it held. So I guess, you know what I mean? That's great. but it broke, and it was amazing to have him just stand there and get the rest of his speech behind it. He's also a horrible speech giver. His emotion and stuff is really weird, and his cadence is embarrassing. But I want this truck. I want this truck so bad, and it will be real. And for $100, which was the silliest thing in the world, I put a deposit down. Everybody and their mom put a deposit down. Elon says he's got 1 billion pre-orders because it only costs $100 to get a pre-order. And if you get the expensive version, you get a little electrical ATV, which I just want that too. I'm just so excited. Innovation. Something new. It looks horrible, but at least this is the only thing this is the closest we're going to get to going to Mars. By the way, I'm wearing an IQMZ Tech t-shirt. Merch is coming. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says "We ain't going to Mars" for all those on board, so we can start rocking the "We ain't going to Mars" program. But this truck is us going to Mars. What do you think about this truck?
It looks like something I made with Legos when I was 6.
Yes.
Yes. And the broken window thing, completely a manufactured Windows 98 USB printer driver moment. That's just my opinion.
Oh,
Conspiracy theories. Go ahead.
So good. Next.
You're next.
Oh, I'm next. I'm not even reading. I'm so excited about this truck. I'm not even where I'm supposed to be. Wait, I gotta scroll down. Sorry, listeners. The Verge. Samsung's new rugged smartphone with a removable battery, the Galaxy X Cover Pro, will cost $499 when it is available in the US in the first half of 2020. You're right. These names are insane. But what say you?
A ruggedized phone with a replaceable battery. Get rid of the camera and you can actually use it in military installations. Rename it and you can actually say it out loud.
Yeah. I just like that as a removable battery. My daughter's iPhone was going wonky the other day and I couldn't power it down because she had reached the capacity of the phone and the phone was just imploding on itself. But I had to wait 4 hours for the battery to die out from a spinning wheel and the phone heating up like a nuclear bomb. I had to wait for the battery to die out before I could reset it.
Yeah.
Unplugging the battery is cool. Having backups is cool. And your option of what you said, a military phone, would be awesome because they would sell a lot of those phones.
Yeah. Classic or old becomes new again because this is just not Altel. What was that damn company? Nextel? This is the next Nextel phone. The Verge reports 2020 might be the year of reasonably okay foldable PCs. I love the wording on this. Reasonably okay folding PCs.
I am, again, for once there's a title that makes sense and actually it can be understood. Yes, foldable things are coming. The future will be here and it's going to be okay. Not going to be great. It's just going to be okay. And if you feel like being super delicate with your devices, I'm sure that it will work out for you. So, yay.
-1 for crease.
There you go. Business Insider Brian Barzak is a 50-year-old YouTube star who is known for his vlog-style content about his life with snakes, geckos, and other reptiles he owns and breeds, and charges up to $30,000 for brand sponsorship.
We are in the wrong business, except I don't like snakes or reptiles in general.
No, we are in the right business, okay? It is January. I am the biggest slacker you know. I am talented. I am the most talented person on the internet. I am the best viable mind on the internet. But I don't care and I don't work hard enough. And that's going to change. If Snake Man can make $30,000, then I too will make $30,000. This year, we will be bringing sponsorships of large quantity to this channel and this show. I'm going to be doing the sports show again. I'm going to be doing my Raising the Ninja. I'm doing everything. We are going to bring bank back to this show. So much so that you're going to get a hair transplant by 2022. I'm going to put 10 years back on your life. I guarantee it. You can book it right now. And this is inspiring you if you're out there. And if you like socks and you have some kind of talent, then go make a video about socks. Or as Gary Vee would say, if you like Smurfs, Smurf it up. And I know somebody who did a Smurf podcast and it went terribly bad. But I'm saying there's a market out there for everybody. And I challenge you to seize a market that's going to make money. We about to start doing reviews. We got to get some of this snake money, bro. We got to start. You know what I mean? You and I, Ebony and Ivory, we got to get this money.
$30,000, I might see 5 of it because Owen don't pay me for shit.
True story. He ain't never lied, yo. You know what? That's the truest thing you said in 3 seasons. You mark that down. Just so you know, when we in court, I'll be like, he knew what I was going to say. Why he got the money, Your Honor? I don't know what the problem is, okay? Last story for where you cut the power off on me.
Engadget brought a video showing the Dell Concept Alienware UFO video. Look, if you're going to pack a PC into a handheld, this is kind of the way to do it. Yeah.
It's a little big, which is why Nintendo actually went smaller, but apparently if they might make bigger size or smaller size of this, I enjoy this a lot. Especially if I could put Steam on it and get some of those games, because I would play it. The reason I sold our Nintendo is because they didn't have the games I like. Like now they have Mortal Kombat and stuff, so I might get a new system again. But just to be able to play PC games on something like this would be great. Still hook it up to your TV for a bigger screen. The controller is a little big and wonky, but again, the concept of this with more mainstream games where I don't have to play Mario Odyssey, which anybody wants to buy this. I still have some games left over that I didn't sell. This and Minecraft, I just kept them because, in case I ever get another one again and my daughter wants to play them. But I mean, yeah. Oh, see, look at you with your little controller.
This is my favorite. It's the Xbox 360 controller. I know some of the others are a little slightly different, but it's big enough for my hands and I never feel cramped. The PS4 controller, the PlayStation controllers have always cramped my hands because I've got kind of big, chunky hands.
So right here, you can see that the guy was mentioning that it looked bigger like a Dreamcast or like an Xbox controller, like he was kind of making fun of it. And I do agree with you. I do remember
when my hand smothers the PlayStation.
Yeah, when I first held the Xbox, the original Xbox controller, I loved it because my hands are bigger and I could just hold it. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, it's a hamburger. I'm like, no, dude, like it's a grown man controller. Like I'm a grown man. I'm not 12 anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like my hands are big. So I like the form factor. I like the idea. I like the concept. It's something that I would buy as just an accessory, throwaway video game playing solution. But I like it. Also, I like the fact that they're developing it, and maybe other companies can come up with different versions of it too, since it is just basically a PC in your hands. It's not exclusive to Alienware or Dell to make something like this.
Also,
even though right now it's just a concept.
This really has me excited for the hacker scene. Because you get something like that with real power and put an emulator on there, and you've suddenly got every handheld game system version that you ever wanted.
I didn't even think of that, broski.
That's what I'm here for. Give you all the ideas so you can take them and make money and don't pay me nothing.
And that's why I'm paying you 2% on the... You know what I'm saying? Because you simply the best.
You said 2% on the dollar. You mean 2% on a dollar, right? And just one.
Look, go ahead, sign the show, man. You can't be out here telling people I'm cheap, okay?
Oh, yeah, you're not cheap. You're not cheap. You're well informed in the ways of money.
That's true. It's true. All
right.
Where can the people find you at, Amos?
You can find me at Ethan Kane on Twitter, ETHANCAINE. I want to spin real quick. Every year I do a fundraiser for New Year's Eve. This year we Diamond Club did almost $3,000 for sick kids through extralife.org for 27 hours New Year's Eve streamathon, and that's amazing. So
awesome. That is awesome.
Find more information at dcstreamathon.org.
Yay, streamathon.
What about you?
I'm going to just doctor. I'm monodoctor and stuff. Go to IQMZ.com and just click in for the subscription box. We're going to be sending out email blasts. Like I said, we got merch coming. We got stickers, if I can find where I just put them at. We got stickers. We got buttons. All kinds of fun stuff's coming down the pipe. So just get on board and ride this gravy train to $30,000 Snake Town, because that's where we're heading. I'm your boy Diddy Stone, aka Doctor.
I'm Amos, and we are out.
Laters.
My clothes didn't work. What a jerk.